You should stop wearing makeup. You should definitely wear makeup. You need to eat vegetables. Stop eating vegetables. Do you drink water? Do you wash your face? You're a bit smelly. Buy this product. It's great. Do not buy that product. It's actually the worst. Go on birth control. Do not go on birth control. Have you tried having a baby, actually? Ah! Oh, I'm laughing because if you don't laugh, you'll punch someone in the face. Yeah, I think that's how that saying goes. I don't know about you, but I've watched about 1 million of these acne videos, my journey with acne, how I cured my acne, and I'm pretty tired of people telling me that they found the right answer, because at this point, I'm pretty convinced there is no right answer. And every time I think I cured my acne, it just comes back. There are a lot of things in life that forces someone to build character. Say, playing sports, or going outside of your comfort zone, volunteering your time, going through a hard time, and on my list, having pretty severe adult acne. I personally think I had great character before the acne, but whatever, guess it just wasn't enough. We love a character arc, I guess. Anyway, that was me at what I hope was my worst stage of acne, and this is me today. It's better, but I, more often than not, still find myself wallowing in self-pity over it, if I'm being honest. And what's funny about that is I pride myself on my high horse. I don't actually say this, I just think it in my head, that I'm above this whole having acne thing, Beauty standards, I'm above it all, because I understand it's all in the eye of the beholder. It's subjective and trivial. No, because at the end of the day, I'm still in pain when I lie my face down on a pillow to sleep at night because of my acne. I still have to witness people staring at my acne instead of my eyes or whatever. And despite this conscious knowledge that I have that I'm not the skin that I'm in, right? There's much harder problems that people go through, and I shouldn't be freaking out about acne, and I should be grateful for the things that I have. At the end of the day, I already said that. At the end of the day, beauty is still worth something, and pretty privilege is very much a thing. Google it. And I have called out of work, skipped class, avoided filming a video, all because I'm waiting for a perfect skin day, which hardly ever comes. And when I do have an acceptable skin day, it tends to be the days that I never have to see anyone at all, because that's just how life works. But what am I supposed to do? Just sit at home all day and not do anything and just hide until I feel socially acceptable to go out into the world? Because I've done that. It doesn't really do anything. I still kind of have to survive, So I'm kind of over that, and I'm very tired of how much mental energy I put into my complexion. Because you wake up, right, and the first thing you do is go to the mirror, and you gauge how you're going to feel that day. You gauge how much confidence you're going to have. And then you think about what you're going to wear, what's going to help not accentuate your pimples, what's going to cover it up a little bit. Should I wear a hat? Should I wear some makeup today? Oh, I'm hungry. Should I eat that sandwich? Carbs are inflammatory. Maybe I shouldn't. It's exhausting. Also, instead of just putting my time and energy into being a good, interesting person, instead I can tell you 1,000 different interesting ways about the probable causes of the root source of acne. So, there's that. So I wish this could be my overcoming acne video and how I cured my acne and how you can too, but it's not. No, at this point we're just coping. No, seriously, it's just one of those things. Having acne is just one of those things that forces you to build character, because you have to understand that these people who give you advice or try to help you with your acne, it's really frustrating because they're reminding you about your acne, right? How much it's burdening them to see it on your face. And they just want to help you. They just want the best for you. They don't want you to be struggling. They don't want you to be in pain. They mean well. They do. And maybe there is, some magical potion, cure, something that I'm not doing, though I've done it freaking all, I swear to you. But hey, maybe there really is some magical potion, some true cure to my acne, something that I'm not doing, that would really solve this issue. My point is that I have like a million other more important things that I could and should be pouring my heart, soul, and energy into, and I'm tired that that vessel soaking up all my being is my acne. It's easier said than done, right? Because like I said, people love to remind you about your acne, people love to help you about your acne, but what's even worse than that, when you're like minding your own business and you're going about your day, and this is really for people who have genuinely struggled with severe acne, because you may be going about your day and you're having a great day and you're living your life and you completely forget about it. You completely forget about feeling self-conscious, or you're just not worried about that at the moment. And then you walk by a mirror. You walk by the mirror and you're like, oh my gosh. You don't recognize yourself. And this is like, what? I'm like suffering old lady syndrome. Apparently that's a thing. Apparently old ladies like get old and then they just like don't recognize themselves anymore. It's a thing. Google it. That's truly what it feels like. Like I'll be surprised sometimes when I walk past the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is how I look right now. It really is a shame, like you don't feel like yourself because you don't look like how you remember yourself looking, and it's just not a fun time. Most days I try to avoid mirrors as much as I can. And now imagine trying to film myself. Gosh. I have to pretend it's not me. Is how I do it. At one point it was so bad that I put bed sheets over my mirrors, and that sounds so depressing because it is, but also I feel like that was so healthy for me to do. Like on the outside it probably looked so bad, like this poor girl's like covering her mirrors because she thinks she looks so ugly, but no, it really gets to a point where it's like I literally cannot focus. I'm hyper fixated on my acne. It's distracting me. I can't get anything done. I will just stare at my face for hours and pick at it and look at it at different angles and take progress pictures. That's another thing. Oh my gosh. Those pictures I showed you were about 2 years ago when my acne was the worst. But that was also when I was super hyper fixated on my acne. And I have since stopped taking any sort of intentional pictures to get like the angles of my acne, you know, to see like how it's progressed over time, gotten worse, whatever. I've stopped doing that. It was the best decision I could make because it helped me to stop staring at myself for hours, analyzing these photos, being sad over these photos, just stop thinking about my acne so much because gosh, it's so annoying to have to think about something that much. That is not normal. It shouldn't be that way. And the world tends to hyper focus on beauty, I think, sometimes. And so that causes me to just look at myself and just wallow and like see myself in the mirror and have like my eyes well up because I'm just like so distraught that I don't look how I could look or how I used to look. I'm really proud of myself for not crying just talking about it right now, but I genuinely think that's because like I'm tired of crying about it. I really am. I'm not saying that I'm never gonna cry about it again because I probably will. I know this is like your 20s. And everyone says this is the time of your life and you're gonna look the most beautiful and you're never gonna be this age again, right? And it's frustrating when you feel like you hit your peak at like 15 years old. About a million irrational thoughts about how the world is against you, and I totally understand that. And please just let this be your sign to just stop thinking about your acne. Now I totally understand. You can be looking at me right now and be like, you think your acne is bad? Well, look at this! And I get it, please. As someone who has compared my skin to people in real life and people online all the time, please be angry about it. Be mad at me. I get it. Sometimes you just have to be and let it out. But these are the things that I remind myself of when I'm tired of wallowing. You know, when I just want to get over it and be tough. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. I'm slapping you. Slap. Your beauty really does come inwardly. No, that is not just a lie that unattractive women tell themselves, because I really believe that is the truth. You want to know how I know that's true for me in my life? My sweet, loving boyfriend of 2 years courted me, if you will, when I looked like this. Now, some people might look and think 2 years is nothing, but he is my first boyfriend. And in my life, I've been on a handful of dates, talking stages, if you will, a few crushes, a handful of creepy guys mistaking my niceness for flirting. a guy who was way younger than me who I had to turn down, a couple guys who were way too old for me that I had to turn down. Nope, you're gross. You're not worthy. Absolutely not. No. I'll give this guy a chance. Never mind. Point is, the most eligible bachelor came around when my skin looked like this. And no, you do not need a boy to validate your beauty. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that forced character building forces you to rely on more than just your skin, but instead your personality and your sense of humor, your values and your empathy. You know, that's huge. That is so huge. I think that's why most ordinary average women have much bigger self-confidences than a very attractive woman, because relying on just your beauty, it's always gonna fail. Like it's always gonna fade. I look back then, during the time that my boyfriend was like sort of pursuing me, and I think, wow, I know that he saw me for my heart and not just for what I looked like. When I felt the most unattractive, when I wasn't even looking for some guy to like come and validate me or whatever, up comes again the most eligible bachelor to just like prove to me that it didn't matter what my skin looked like, really. That beauty is so fleeting. You can spend your youth adorning yourself in the finest jewelry, the most trendy clothes, get a butt lift, get a boob job, get your Botox or whatever, and you'll still one day end up looking like this. Sorry to this lady. More so than that, you'll also one day end up looking like this. Dead. Yeah, dead. So you're telling me, I'm talking to myself, you're telling me that you're gonna sit here for hours researching how to get rid of acne, spending all my hard-earned money trying to get rid of my acne, only to end up here? Only to end up here, dead. Like, there's a balance. Obviously there's a balance. You want to look your best, feel your best. It all comes into play. But when it becomes like an obsession, when it becomes the only thing you're fixated on, when you have more interesting to say about the root causes of acne than you do about anything else that you find interesting, there's a problem. I think there's a problem. And it can be fun to dress up and be fancy and all that, but do not let your adorning be merely outward. Rather, let it be the hidden person of the heart with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit. Anybody basing their value off of solely their looks will be very, very empty inside. Same goes for people who base their value off of their career or how much salary they make. And again, I feel like an average person is much more well-adjusted to be well-rounded because they're factoring into themselves their career, their values, how they look maybe a little bit, but also their personality and also their sense of humor. Do you know how many older women, and they usually look like this, give me the advice of, oh, flaunt it while you got it. Flaunt it while you got it. Oh. Wisdom card revoked. Revoked! You may be old lady, but you are not wise. Soiled it. That is terrible advice. I don't care how many old ladies tell me to do it, alright? I'm not doing it. I'm not listening to you. Just giving the world a free show just because I can? Just because my tatas haven't sagged to the floor yet, I should just let the whole world see them? For why? For why? Look. Maybe when I'm an old biddy with nothing else to live for, I'll be standing there eating my words like, dang it, I really do wish I got out there and shook my ass while I had the chance. I really hope I don't feel that way, but I'm open to a mindset change. But my argument now is that those women, those old ladies who tell you to flaunt it while you got it, those are also the women who just mourn their youth. They're sad that they can't go out and check their bitty bonbons for each and every one of them. Because that's all they valued. They valued their beauty so much that now that they're old and their outer beauty is kind of fading, and what do they have left? They don't have much because they spent all their time and energy focusing into these trivial things that fade away, and they didn't spend their time and energy into things that were more worthwhile. And again, like I said, maybe when I'm an old biddy, my whole mindset will change on this. And I'm open to that. And maybe I really will regret not going out there and shaking my bonbons when I had the chance, you know? But I really think that that's not going to be the case. And I really hope that I'm more concerned with something a little bit more worthwhile at that age. Just because you have the freedom to do something, aka the freedom to shake your bonbons, doesn't mean that you should, or that that's the right decision. I can go eat 1,000,000 chocolate bars right now because I'm an adult and no one can tell me no. But I'm still probably going to get a bunch of cavities, and my breath is probably going to smell. So please, just because they're old doesn't mean they're wise. Don't let these old ladies fool you. You can be young and have a tighter grasp on life in some areas than I feel like these old ladies do sometimes. You know, just because I have the freedom doesn't mean that I should actually do that. Especially if you have this freedom to do something and you're doing it out of spite or to prove a point. I think that's where that truth comes in, of that beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been very excited in this video. You can see I have not exactly been a gentle and quiet person explaining how I feel about all of this. But it's that inwardness of not having to go out there and prove everybody wrong and show them what I'm all about and whatever. No, because I know that already. I don't have to go out there and be loud and boast about it, show everyone about it, because I don't have to. Again, it's just something that you know, and you know that you can foster it. Maybe you're not beautiful. Maybe you're an ugly person right now inside. But that is something you can actually work on feasibly. You can be pretty, but are you really pretty? I mean, you tell me, please leave a comment. What is the perfect ratio of outward beauty to inward beauty? You know, what is the perfect mixture for like a successful, happy life? Was like a 80-20? Like a 60-40? Like a 50-50? I don't know. Anyway, bye.